Good afternoon, members of the press and Kenyans. On behalf of the Law Society of Kenya, I also wish to make our statement. My name is Aston Muchela, the chairperson of Law Society of Kenya, Rift Valley branch. With regards to this issue of Brian Odhiambo, as a society, we are quite appalled. And indeed, we have a message to our judiciary. The judiciary should know that they are really the last line of defense. When Kenyans wake up, they desire and hope that they will be getting justice in our courts. Now, a family does not know the whereabouts of their loved one. Someone has disappeared. The judge who handled that case rightfully questioned in the judgment that how can someone, it's mind-boggling that someone can just disappear from the national park at Nakuru and he cannot be traced. Yet the same judge goes ahead and say, there being no evidence that this person is being held by the authorities, then he will leave the matter to rest. Where else does he expect this family to get justice? Now remember, the KWS officials confirmed that they had arrested 11 people who are trespassing at the park. Out of the 11, they took 10 to answer questions, the charges of trespass. Now, one was not accounted for. According to them, they say that one had gone to answer a call of nature, and then he disappeared. Remember, at the point of arrest, when they were arrested, these people were in the custody of KWS officials. Custody does not begin when you are taken to the cells at the police station. Custody begins the moment this officer arrests you and says you are now under arrest. The fact that he had already been arrested, he was under the custody of KWS, and it behoves them to protect every person they arrest. You see, these KWS officers are trained. These people can even hunt and chase animals. How could they not chase someone who is allegedly going to take a short call? Surely. They just let him go like that, and now he can't be traced. We are saddened that the judge did not take all that into consideration. If you read that, and let me say this because we are allowed by law to critique a judgment. We are not attacking the judge, but we are critiquing the judgment. If you look at the evidence that was presented before the judge, there were eyewitnesses who saw affidavits confirming that Brian was in the custody of KWS officers. Now, the judge did not analyze those affidavits. The judge did not analyze that evidence. The least he could have said is that he did not even trust the contents of that affidavit. But he just said, there being no evidence that this person is in the custody, then he will leave the matter to rest. We find that justice has not been done. We are engaging with the petitioners, we are engaging with the family with a view of seeing if this matter can be appealed. But our desire and our request, and the reason why we are giving this presser as Law Society, is because we want the judiciary, we want our judges, our magistrates, to realize that we are not operating under normal times. These abductions, disappearances, arbitrary arrests should not just be handled with kids' gloves. Because if this continues, if this is the precedence that we'll be setting, then it will mean people will start disappearing, and the bar will be too low, such that all an officer will need to come to court and say is that so-and-so is not in our custody. And because he has said that, the judge will down his tools and say that he cannot issue orders of habeas corpus. It is very sad. We are empathizing with the family of Brian. Our prayer that he is safe wherever he is, because no one has explained where he is. We are really praying that he is safe. But if indeed, and if the unfortunate thing happens that we are told he's not alive, then the judiciary should know that this blood is really on their hands. Now, the process of getting justice for Brian has already started. The fact that the petition was made, it means it has already been, it's underway. As my colleague said, the family and the petitioners, that is independent medical legal unit, are having meetings to decide on the possible avenues to push this further. The avenues could be by way of a review or by way of an appeal. We are indeed considering the contents of the judgment so that we can, the ruling, so that we can know the best avenue. But within 14 days, if we are going for an appeal, within 14 days, a notice of appeal will have already have been filed. So by the end of this week, it will be clear whether a notice of appeal has been filed, and which will basically mean the issue is being pursued by way of an appeal. Thank you.
Jina langu ni Hilda Oseko, mimi ni mweka katiba Law Society of Kenya Nakuru chapter. Tumekuja leo kuungana mkono na wenzetu ambao wanaomba haki ifanyike kwa Brian Odhiambo aliyepotewa akiwa chini ya ulinzi ya maafisa wa KWS. Tumesisitishwa sana na ile judgment ya koti kuu ya Nakuru ambayo iliweza kueleza kwamba ingawa kulikuwa na ushahidi kwamba yule kijana alikuwa kwenye ulinzi wa KWS alipotea. Lakini mahakama haikuweza kueleza ni nini familia itafanya ili kupata haki. Kwa hivyo tumekuja kupinga hii maneno ya watu kushikwa bila sheria kufuatiliwa, na pia tunaomba kwamba Brian Odhiambo apatikane akiwa hai ama mwili wake uweze kupatiwa familia yake ili aweze kupumzishwa na familia iendelee na maisha yake. Kama shirika la Law Society of Kenya tunapinga kabisa hii tabia ambayo tunaweza kuona wakati huu kwenye nchi yetu. Watu wanashikwa tu bila process yoyote kufuatiliwa, na wengine wanapatikana wakiwa wamepoteza maisha yao. So tunapinga, na pamoja na familia na wakili ambaye anawakilisha family tutaelezea zaidi kulingana na vile family itatupatia maagizo kamili.
Amani tojitagwo wakili Kamau wa mathingira tumana mawakili akiama kia LSK tukienda gukumithia ndeto ire rari ho ya cira wa mwanake wetagwo Brian wanyitirwo migwate kule LSK Nakuru. Jaji ni arathomire na arauga gutie na evidence ironania mwanake ucio nyitirwo ni maafitha akiama kia KWS kana maafitha a KWS. Uta mawakili nane naitwa LSK kiama kia mawakili go Rift Valley ni turakaritio ni ndeto iyo ati ni kwari ngina andu aria monire mwanake ucio agikuo ni maafitha a borithi aciari ake, na ni maheanite wira muiganu wa kuonania mwanake ucio gwa KWS. No riu jaji agitua cira wake ni araugire niaga wira muiganu wa kuonania mwanake ucio na nyitomigwa tene maafitha a KWS. Riu twi haha twacira ta mawakili na twauga ni tuguikara thi appeal a decision iyo tondu bururi uyu witu hare ukinyite na maundu ma abduction. Ona thaa ici twanyita ripoti hena andu angi atatu manyititwo ni maafitha cio KWS na tutiu kuria mari. Koguo ni turauga LSK Nakuru National Park is a scene of crime, na riu tukwenda horo ucio urorwo muno onda tukiapiraga thiini wa decision iyo na tugiteithiria family nigetha mone kioto kiao.
Ni njitagwo wakili Kimani wa Ndisho, ngoragwo guku Nakuru ta wakili, na ningwenda gucokera ciugo icio wakili kama wauga ati itua ria igoti ni itua riramakiria andu muno, gutuika ati gutire na wira ati mundu ni anyitirwo migwate ni maafitha KWS. Kiuria kiria kire muno tungiuria ni andu aria manyitaga andu migwate mambirie kuiga record ri nigetha gutuike kwina record ciagirwo ni kureho igoti-ini nigetha tuone uyu ni anyitirwo migwate, uyu ni anyitirwo migwate. Ni maigua ni twerwo kuri angi atatu matuika nao ni maranyitirwo na matiramenyeka kuria mari. Koguo ni horo wina kieha muno, na ni turarugama na family ya mwanake ucio na tukumateithia haria hothe ithu tukuhota, na toguo maigua ni turakibanga to miario ni tuguthie na mbere tukinyuki kinya riu ringi tondu tutirikitie makinya ma watho kuona ati itua riu tondu ni itua rina ugwati munene muno ritingira ku rikare record-ini cia igoti. Koguo ni tukuoya ikinya ringi horo ucio tuone ni wagarurwo ni nĩ igoti rĩrĩa rĩ igũrũ wa jaji ũratuĩra itua rĩrĩ. Koguo nĩ tũkũrũgama na family na tũramera pole mũno nĩ ũndũ wa ihera rĩu magereire, magacoka magateng'era igoti-inĩ, ũgacoka gũgatuĩka ũteithio wao kũrĩa mareciragia nĩ mekuona matinawona. Nĩ tũkũrũgama na nĩ tũkũ make sure itua rĩu nĩ twarĩgarũra rĩtigathiĩ na mbere gũikara record-inĩ cia igoti.